Hey, everybody, welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live. It's good to have you with us. We are broadcasting worldwide, international audience of Lovities. Yeah, our viewers are called the Lovities. They call me Mr. Lovity. They call this Lovity Hall. They're part of our Lovity squad. What's that all about? Well, we're inspiring. We always have great entertainment, amazing conversations, and phenomenal guests from television, film, Broadway, Hollywood, authors, as well as sports and comedy, culinary arts, inspiration. You name it. We like to have a good time here on the Jim Masters Show Live. So many of you are still talking about that epic St. Patrick's Day episode, the holiday celebration episode that we did yesterday. A lot of people still viewing that and commenting and really telling us how much fabulous time how much of a fabulous time they had with us here. And I really think that's fantastic. And that's what this show is all about. Again, you guys know that this is an extension of my professional work as a television and radio host and personality, presenter, journalist, actor, writer, producer, stage MC, voiceover artist for a long time in the media and broadcast. And it's a pleasure to be here nightly with all of you at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, here in our studio here called Lovity Hall. Again, the viewers call this Lovity Hall because, again, the show has a Lovity vibe to it. We're all about, again, positivity and bringing people together and having a good time in the vein of an old school talk show, where we're sort of bringing back the lost art of conversation and doing that daily with our viewers watching all around the world. But we sprinkle in a modern vibe and a modern twist of today. So you take that old school, warm, welcoming, extended conversational style, like some of the great television presenters and hosts of yesteryear, and combine it with a modern vibe of today, and a few surprises and other elements, and you've got the Jim Masters Show Live. So I'm your host, Jim Masters. Pleasure to have everybody here. Again, I know you guys really enjoyed the St. Patrick's Day episode. That was an extended episode, and so many people were involved in that, and we love having all of you participate in that. So thank you very much. And all the shows. Got a great guest, actor Josh Berresford is here on the show today, live from New York. We toast all of you. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Sip, sip, sip. I know it looks fancy and expensive, right? Just pink lemonade from Trader Joe's. That's all it is. But it looks fancy schmancy. Hey, gang, let's check in, see how everybody's doing. Hope you're having a good day. If you're not having a good day, well, you know this is the place, the Jim Masters Show Live entertainment lifestyle talk show series to put a smile on your face. We always learn something new. We always get inspired. We always get entertained. And we have a good time. Yes, Josh is in the house. Yes, the duo, Jim and Josh, is coming. You got it, Willie. She's watching in the Netherlands. It is nice to have you here. Of course, we welcome all of you here on the Jim Masters Show Live. We encourage you, if you can, to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Click the notification bell so you don't miss any of the exciting content we have here. So much content we have all the time on our channel. Crystal Nolan is watching in Connecticut. Hi, Jim and everyone. Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Looking forward to an exciting show with inspiring conversation and, of course, our famous Lovity. I was saying light, love, and levity too fast in the summertime, and I said Lovity, and everybody fell in love with that word. Thus, that's where the word Lovity came from. Willie in Holland says, hello, all the Lovities. Have a nice evening. You as well, Willie. And Mary Bishop in Florida. Hello, Jim and Lovity friends. Nice to see you here as well. Robert Ragland is here. Howdy from Texas. Nice to see you here as well. Welcome from Texas, USA. Merlin in Innerkip, Ontario, Canada is here. Hi, Jim and Lovities. Nice to see you as well. Merlin and Wozniak's here from the Jacksonville area in Florida. Hi, Jim and all Lovity friends. Hope everybody had a wonderful day. We sure have, and we continue to as well. Thanks for the toasts, Willie in Holland. And Amy says, hello, all fellow Lovities. This is a very interactive, viewer-centric broadcast, quite unique for what we do here. We do this not in the form of like a podcast or like a live stream, even though we are streaming. We do it really like a television show, and we bring in the viewers as our wonderful Lovity audience. Karen Campbell Green is watching in wonderful Nova Scotia. Good evening, my Lovity family. Good to see you, Karen, and welcome. I know you had a wonderful time last night as well, and so did we. Tesla Bella, hello, Mr. Lovity and the Lovities. So happy to be here. Looking so handsome, Jim. Thank you very much. Now, how can I print that out, Tess, and put it on highway billboards? That would be nice. Nice to see you, Tess Labella, and say hi to Aunt Marion for me too. This show is the best thing that happened during the pandemic. I know I've always been so busy in my professional work in television, radio, and stage and all that I never really had the time to put something like this together. So we did last April, over 300 episodes later, just about 7 days a week. And sometimes we do two shows. This weekend, we got two shows on Saturday. And it's really amazing. And all of you have been here. Thank you for those kind words, Karen. Kathleen Walker. Hey, Jim. Hope it was a good day. Hi, everyone. It is and still is. Now that you're here, Kathleen in New York City. Cheers from Crystal, and Tess will make the billboard. I know you will. If there's anybody that'll make the billboard praising the show and everything else, it will be you. Tess says the best part of the night, saying hello and sending levity to everyone. Absolutely, I agree. You had the best St. Patty's Day ever with us on the show. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Greetings, Jim and Lovities. Welcome, actor Josh Berresford here to the show tonight. A great conversation, Levity Hall. Let the levity begin. You got it. That's what it's all about here on the show, gang. Absolutely. You guys have you've got the number. You've got our show figured out. Absolutely. Welcome to Levity Hall, Josh. You're our newest levity. That's right. All of the guests are welcomed into Levity Hall here by all of our fabulous Levity viewers. Yes, we had that corned beef and cabbage, the one I kept showing you during the show last night. We finally had it. I did pick into it last night. Last night's show, ran late. So I did pick into it last night and we finished it off today. Welcome, Josh, to Levity Hall. Absolutely. And we'll keep those comments coming in, but hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to the Jim Master Show Live. If you're here for the first time, again, we have a lot of fun on the show and amazing guests and terrific commentary from our viewers who, again, like to dive in live, which I think is really, really awesome and really important to do that. And it's just cool to have opportunities like this here on the show. Our very special guest is with us, Josh Ursford, and he is a brilliant actor, and you've probably seen him in a lot of different performances and a lot of different shows over the years, Dante's Cove and also Boardwalk Empire too. Did you know that? And so much more. We're going to talk about the movies, the TV shows, his career, why he loves what he does, and some other cool things that he's working on. He's got an incredible background. Look at this shot here. Isn't that amazing? That's just one of the things that he's done in his illustrious career. He's really, really talented. And let me tell you just a little bit about his background. He grew up in Pennsylvania, actually, Beaver Falls, PA. Started his acting career after graduating college. Studied communications management. No one was hiring a kid out of college with no experience, so he took a couple of acting classes at Point Park College in Pittsburgh. And that was that. He was hooked. He did nonstop community theater in and around Pittsburgh for 2.5 years, gaining experience. He also did student film and indie feature film, Missing Jane, before going to IMTA in New York City, where he met his first manager, who convinced him to make the move to the big city. After being in the city for 2 years, Josh first got major credit starring as a series regular on Dante's Cove on the Here TV network. Other notable network and cable streaming TV shows and movies include FBI, and that just aired in February of 2021. Bull on CBS, Gotham, Boardwalk Empire, Kings, The Deuce, Eye Candy, Celebrity Close-Up Calls, and Celebrity Close Calls, and Set It Up on Netflix with Lucy Liu. He loves to act on stage and theater as well. Some of his credits include Emmett, Down in My Heart on Theater Row, Psycho Beach Party, Torch Song Trilogy, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, Do Patent Shoes Really Reflect Up, and so much more. He's appeared in national print advertisements too for Progressive Insurance, State Street Investments, Embryo, as well as the HBO Big Love campaign. And while his fans wish to see him in even more vehicles that display his considerable acting skills, he works behind the camera as well, lending his voice in numerous commercials. Voiceovers include Bud Light, the History Channel, Sharpies, Vitamin Water, Mike and Ike Candies, Sunny D, Brother P Touch Labels, as a man dedicated to helping those in need. Josh also did a public service announcement for Drug Free America, and which is terrific. I did a telethon co-hosted a telethon that ran about 8 hours a few years back for Drug-Free America, and that really is a great organization. Again, he's a wonderful actor. He's a great talent, and he's a big fan of our show too. He watches the show, and he said, "Hey, I'd love to pop on and say hi to everybody." So he is here, and we are welcoming him in style on the show. Let's welcome Josh right now. Hey, Josh, welcome to the show. It's good to have you with us, my friend. We don't hear you. No sound. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, I muted.
You muted yourself.
I interrupt you while you were doing your thing. My bad. No, I was just saying I'm so happy to be here. Like, thank you so much. This is amazing.
Oh,
I see all the comments, everything. I'm still getting my feet wet in this PR business thing. So.
it's a whole new world,
take it
isn't
easy
it?
on me, everyone, please.
Yeah. No, they're the Lovities. This crowd is very positive, and
I know, I love it. It's so funny. I was just doing an Instagram live 15 minutes before the show. I was like, hey, everybody jump on 15 minutes. And I kept just saying it over and over again because you have to let people come on. Yeah. And I said, and come listen to us spread love.
Exactly.
There's so much hate in this world.
There really is.
It's mind-boggling. Life would be so much easier if we would just all get along. Like, what do you care about? I don't care what you're doing over there. If you ain't doing nothing to me, and you're not harming anybody, why? Just leave it alone.
Exactly.
Live your life, I'll live mine. It's all good,
Exactly right. Yeah, and we talk about that a lot here on the Jim Masters Show Live, the positivity of it all. And we've been doing all kinds of different things during the last year to sort of pivot and sort of.
One of my favorite thoughts is one of my favorite sayings is change your thoughts, change your life. Mm-hmm. And people forget that we control our own minds.
True.
Unless you really got some kind of chemical issues, but otherwise it's a lot of there's Amy Jo Berman is someone I follow on YouTube, and I take a lot of her classes online and stuff. She was an executive casting person at HBO, and her advice is amazing. But she talks about getting rid of the crazy roommate. She said, you got to get rid of that crazy roommate in your head because they're just bringing you down. Like, you would a toxic person in your life, you got to do the same thing with that person talking to you in your head, because that ain't you talking.
Right.
That's somebody talking. So that's someone talking at you.
Exactly.
And you need to talk back and be like, bye, crazy roommate.
You got to do that.
We've all had some crazy roommates out there.
Absolutely. I want to show you some of the levity coming in from our viewers. Christine Clifton,
Please.
Watching in North Carolina, one of our regular levity viewers. Hello, all levities. Tess as well, who's one of our viewers. Welcome, Josh, to the show. You're now a levity.
Wait, now Christine is from where? Virginia?
North Carolina.
Right?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
I have a cousin, Amanda Clifton, so I don't know if there's a relation or not, but okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Robert is here. Welcome, Robert. Karen is here. Right on, Josh. I agree. She's in Nova Scotia in Canada.
That's amazing.
And is watching in the Jacksonville area in Florida. These are all our regular faithful. Welcome, Josh, from a not so sunny Jacksonville. And Karen,
not so sunny here either. It's a miserable day. Karen, when my dog sleeps all day, that's when it's a miserable day out.
Karen in Nova Scotia says, we are levities. We will take it really easy on you, Josh.
Oh, thank you, Karen.
And welcome. And that's awesome that you spoke up for Drug-Free America as well. Also that she's got a dear friend near Hershey, Pennsylvania, beautiful area. Again, she's up in Nova Scotia. Willie, she's watching in the Netherlands. Welcome, Josh. Have fun with Jim and Levity Hall. You're now a levity. Renee is in Iowa. Welcome, Josh. Kathleen's New York City. Hi, Josh. Welcome. Crystal's in Connecticut. Hi, Josh. Welcome to Levity Hall. Robert in Texas says, I feel welcome. That is perfect. Mary in Florida, South Florida. Welcome, Josh. Cool stuff when you get all this.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I tell you, Marsha
Lovely.
Marsha's in Massachusetts.
I'm going to have this word in my head now. It's going to be one of my new words.
And it'll make you think of the Jim Masters Show Live, right? Yes. I was saying light love and levity in the summertime, and I slipped up. I said it too fast, and I said levity. And then from that point forward, The viewers call themselves the Lovities. They call me Mr. Lovity. They call this Lovity Hall, and they're part of our Lovity squad. So when a guest comes on, we welcome them as a Lovity. And I say
That's
oftentimes, I say, well, gee, you can get an Emmy, you can get a Tony, you can get a Grammy, you can get a Telly, you know, you can get an Oscar, all these great things.
Get a Lovity.
But when you get a Lovity on the Jim Master Show Live, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, I feel blessed. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So how have you been during all this craziness of, you know, pandemics and the economy? And, you know, obviously there's a light at the end of the tunnel and we're working towards that right now. But what are some of the cool things that you've been doing, or have you been pausing, and have you been sort of, a lot of people have been pivoting and taking a look at their lives and saying, okay, what do I want to do next? What represents who I am? What do I want to do going forward? A lot of people have been doing that too.
It was a weird time in the beginning, right when the lockdown started, and we had to just stay in. I was freaking out. I'm like, is there gonna be? I felt like it was a zombie attack or something. And so, and I'm always a very busy guy. Like my fiance is like, will you just sit down? Like sometimes, because I always gotta be up and doing something or whatever. I just always got this energy until I crash and I'm out. But in the beginning, I was a little depressed. I gotta say, and I don't really get depressed, and I noticed it. So I made sure I worked out the whole time. Shout out to heatherrobertson.com on YouTube. She gives free workouts. I've done her 12-week plan. I'm in the second time round in it. I'm almost done. I'm on the 11th week now again. So and it's all free. So.
Terrific.
Go give her some YouTube. Yeah, go give her some love. Anyway, so that kept me sane. And then, but I don't know. I never seem bored. There's always something to do with updating my acting materials, or I got to edit this or do that, and just trying to do the PR stuff and keep my name out there and everything. And I'm actually meeting with a PR person next week, so I'm excited about that. Hopefully it'll take some of it off of my hands.
It's a lot of work, isn't it? It's a lot of work.
It is. I love being an actor. Just when I go on set, all I have to do is act. They do everything else. They say, sir, go here, go there, do this, do that, and you're their puppet. You say, okay, sir, wherever,
right.
Send me on to the next.
But there are all these other
other things we gotta do. Yeah, I'm like the CEO of a crazy business.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure you know. I mean, you wear how many hats as well?
Yeah, I do. I know.
Like I also run a private bartending and staffing business as well. So I do that. That's, you know,
if you love what you do, it isn't work. That's the key. And so, you know, even though sometimes it seems crazy when we wear all these hats that we wear in our respective careers here, but if you're in the public eye and you know your goal is to connect with people and to inspire them and to entertain and bring people together and unification, which is what I always like to do. That's sort of my mojo, is everything I do has to have some sort of a way to inspire, uplift, make people smile and maybe laugh or think, or and then every once in a while, you know, having a cocktail isn't so bad.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
You just mentioned it.
Tell us about that.
Hey,
that's cool.
If I want, I could teach you cocktails from my kitchen there.
What were you making there in this photo?
Yeah, so I
I know you got a lot there, huh?
I think it was maybe a cucumber cooler.
I see the cucumber there. Yeah.
There's cucumber, agave, mint, vodka, shaken really hard, and then you put that over ice and add a little bit of club soda, and you have a very refreshing herbalicious drink. Yeah.
Nice. So how long have you been doing this?
That's been 6 years now. I've had my own private bartending business, and I've started staffing and sending people out whenever I'm not available, or if I got acting going on or whatever. Yeah. But it's a lot to manage.
Yeah, absolutely. Just want to show you Amy, who is a wonderful poet. What says, welcome, Josh. And Merlin, who's watching in Innerkip, Ontario, Canada, says, hey, Josh, welcome. And Marcia in Massachusetts, Marcia Lyons says, welcome, Josh, as well. I mentioned in the beginning, Josh, you grew up in...
I was going to say, it looked like you had a Cosmo earlier, and then you tricked me with the pink lemonade.
I tell you, it looks like that, doesn't it?
Yeah. I was like, this. I'm like, I got coffee because I had an audition today. A
Yeah.
guest star for Blue Bloods for the season finale. That's
Oh, really? That's fantastic.
a two-part episode. So fingers crossed, everyone out there. Please,
Fingers
hopefully
crossed
you
for
see
you.
me on Blue Bloods there.
Blue Bloods on
But I get that I look like Mark
CBS.
Wahlberg all the time. I'm like, I hope they don't think
You
I look
know,
too much like Donnie Wahlberg.
there is a
Yeah.
resemblance. Have you had that happen a lot, Mark Wahlberg? There is a resemblance.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I get it like 2 to 3 times a week, and then weeks will
Yes.
go by. But it's constantly the people like, yo, you look like, yes, Mark Wahlberg. Or if my hair's short and I'm feeling a little built, people think John Cena.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even with a mask on, they're like, yo, you look. I'm like, I have a mask on. Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm Josh Berresford, man. You ain't seen me. You ain't know me.
No, they have you as the stunt double for the other guys. That is funny. Well, you grew up in Pennsylvania, and let's talk about some of those early inspirations. Obviously, you went to school and all that, which I mentioned, but what were those early inspirations for you, Josh, to get into the business and realize, hey, I really like this. I want to pursue this full time and make this part of my mission and my DNA. Tell us about that.
I think it was always in the back of my head. I did a couple of shows in high school. I was not good at all. I actually, my parents, I hope they still have the tape somewhere. I don't know, but I'm there, and it's, I think it was Stud Turkell's Working. I think I have his name right, the author.
Yeah.
And I'm the limo driver, and I'm doing this, and I'm saying my monologue, and I just went, and then they just shut the lights off on me because I blanked. I ran off the stage. I was like, oh my God. And of course, that was the night my parents were there and recorded it.
That's the night they recorded it. So what was happening? Was it a freeze? Was it a panic? Was it?
Yeah. Oh, I just froze. Just like, now at least I know you got to improv your way out of it. Do something. Like,
that's the key. That is the key, because doing so much live television, live radio, live stage work myself, especially as an on-air personality or host type thing, there are many times when you have to make it smooth and you have to make it happen, even if there's disaster all around of you. That now, to me, I have always found that to be some of my most incredible moments when I'm out there and everything is shining on me and I have to do something with that because everybody else has disappeared or things went wrong. That's when all my cylinders are firing. And that's when it's like a sport to me. Like, all right, here we go. Turn on the juice. Let's make it all look like it's smooth. And it had to happen that way. And, it was meant to be. And
show must go on.
You challenge yourself to really, because people are depending on you to keep things flowing. It's happened to me on television. It's happened to me. I had co-hosts get sick. I've had people run out of studios. I've had sets fall down behind me, lights burst. I had radio station craziness, and we got snowed in and blizzards at studios, and it become people like that.
You just reminded me one of the community theater things I did. The man in the dog suit. And I thought I had time, and I was in the bathroom when I was supposed to be entering the stage. You just reminded me of that. I've never missed my entrance again. I felt so bad. My poor cast. Yeah. So I just left them out there hanging. And they're like, "Where is he?
Where did he go?"
Like, I'm running from the bathroom when I realized. Oh man.
Well, that happens. That's I guess semi okay. It's a little bit better than if you're at the Oscars and they announce your name and you're in the restroom. There was there was that one actress, they have video of it. I forgot her name.
Oh yeah.
Where she was in the restroom and they had to pull her out of the restroom and she ran right out.
Jennifer Lawrence, was it? No.
No. I could see her. She's very tall.
She tripped. I think that's what her thing was.
Yes. The tripping. Exactly. Yeah. But and that happens. I mean, you just don't, you can't time everything, right? Especially that.
Yeah. So sorry, I go off on tangents. I acted in high school, and my grandmother pretty much inspired me to go to college and go to Robert Morris. It's now university. It was college then, and get a business degree. and I thought, you know, I used to watch Young and the Restless, and they would
Sure.
be in their big, tall office buildings downtown, and I was like, I
Yeah.
want to live that life someday. And I remember even like in my teen years, in the summertime, I would like when I would get up, I would get up and get all dressed up to watch the soap, like because I was like, well, they dress nice every day, even though they're hanging at home. So I don't know. It's just
Did you want to be on the
I didn't
soaps?
have a lot to do with those soaps.
Did you want to be
Yes.
on the
Oh my
soaps?
gosh, yes.
Yeah.
I got to do background work on One Life to Live.
Oh yeah, sure.
And
ABC,
so
yeah.
that was fun, but I did, and then I auditioned for Guiding Light twice,
Guiding Light.
and and that was my show. I love Guiding Light. I was so sad when I heard it was being canceled. I still watch old episodes on YouTube.
Those
But,
were all done in New York, yeah, at CBS television studios there, yeah.
Yeah. I would have in the scene I would have tried to slap Reba, and she's like all Reba. I'm sorry, I'm a huge Reba McEntire fan.
Yeah.
But and I was like, but I was so nervous. Oh my gosh, I was like Guiding Light, and I saw Alan Spaulding, like the actor, walk by Ron Raines. I was like, oh my god, it's Alan Spaulding. Like I was freaking out. Like I was too much fan freaking to be able to be in there, go in there and be professional. You know?
Yeah, that happens. But still, I mean, you mentioned Reva, but then you also mentioned Reba.
Yeah, it's like Reba. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, so tell us about some of these opportunities to know Reba McEntire. Of course, we're talking about the wonderful Reba McEntire, but you met her early on, huh?
Yeah, I met her when I was 15.
15.
My cousin, she worked. My cousin Molly, she worked at a radio station in Pittsburgh, and they had free tickets and backstage passes. And she's like my second cousin, but she had heard through the family that I love Reba. Like at the age of 15, I discovered her because I was homesick one day from school, and we had cassettes back then in our living room, and we had a stereo system, and I saw her Rumor Has It cassette, and I was like, what's this? Okay, I put it in, and I think the first song I heard was Fancy, which is like her most famous song. And I was hooked. And then I listened to all the rest of the songs. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what is this music? And then I found out she like started in 1978, had all these albums. I was used to like one-hit wonders, you know, like I don't want to put people on blast. It was like someone I just thought of. But anyway, but the one-hit wonder, you know, so I was like, oh, this person has all these albums, and she still makes music and still sells out concerts.
And she's a nice person too.
And she's amazing. Yes, she was awesome. So in that night, I was working at the Beatrice Inn in the West Village is where I used to work. And it's a total celebrity spot. But it was a Monday night. It was a Monday night. I think it was 10:30 and we closed at 11. Or no, it was 9:30. 10:30, I think we closed at 11. And I saw that we had a reservation for 4 people and the place was dead on a Monday. So I was like, come on, who the hell made a reservation? And then I heard the maitre d', the girl, Amanda, she said, oh yeah, Reba will be here and we need to have the bottle of champagne ready for her. I was like, huh? She's like, yeah, Reba McEntire will be here at 10:30. I was like, shut up. I was like, Amanda, I was like, don't mess with me. I was like, don't mess with me. She's like, no, I started to sweat. Like, you know, oh my gosh. And then my back waiter is what he's called, like the bus boy. He was like, what's wrong with you? And he's from Poland, so he didn't know who Reba is.
Right.
He's like, what is wrong with you? And he's like, ooh, you stink. Exactly. So then she comes in. I'm like, okay, breathe. I bring over the bottle of champagne. It was actually given to her by Melissa Perlman. I think that's her last name. Melissa Peterman, who was on her with her show Reba, the sitcom.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Which I do.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of like a little bit of a squeeze play.
She sent her the bottle of bubbly, and I was trying to pour it, and I couldn't. I was shaking, so I put it down. I said, "Listen," I said, Ms. McEntire, I can't wait on you until I tell you I'm a super fan. I was like, until I get it out. She's like, oh, really? I said, and then I said, yeah, I met you when I was 15. And my roommate I had the picture beside my bed. He took a picture and sent it to me. Is the one probably I showed you. Yeah. And she said, oh, I said, do you want to see the picture? And she said, yeah. She said, how big was my hair?
Yeah.
I said it was pretty big. And they all started laughing. And then, so that broke the ice for me. I was able to get through the dinner.
Oh yeah, you were probably on cloud 9 too. I don't doubt, huh?
Oh my God! I was like, I just met Reva. I was like, I just got to spend like an hour and a half with her. We got to finish her birthday cake.
That's a great shot too.
Yeah, that was an AOL build. I rushed in. I was the last person to get in for the audience that day. Wow. She was promoting her gospel album that she has. And I'm not I love Jesus, but I'm not a gospel type music guy. And I was like, oh, Reva has a new album, but it's gospel. Then I listened to it, and it's so good. So good. So even if you don't like gospel music, I think you still like that album.
Yeah, she's very talented, and she puts on a great show, like a Dolly Parton does. They just put on, they're legends, you know what I mean? And they put on.
She even did a Dolly Parton song, 9 to 5.
Did it right, exactly. So what would you say when you look at some of this would be one of those really big breaks for you early on? Was it when you moved to New York, and was there any involvement in Los Angeles, or did you go straight to New York and say New York's where it's going to be for me right now?
Yeah, I didn't go to LA. Looking back on it now, I kind of wish I had, because I was still used to driving, and I just thought I didn't want to be that far away from home, because it's just a 6-7 hour drive. Sorry, the screen changed. I don't know where to look because I was looking at you the whole time. But I didn't. I could just drive back home, so I came to New York. But I would say my break was I met Thomas Harding Jones at the IMTA, which was it's called the International Modeling and Talent Association. And a shout out to my mother agency in Akron, Ohio, Pro Model and Talent Agency. Mary, I love you. If you get to see this, she's a very busy lady. She's my mother agent back home. But anyway, so we went to the IMTA, and I did really well there. And I got noticed by Thomas Harding Jones, who's a manager. And I got to meet Amanda Seyfried, or however you say her last name, Seyfried or Seyfried. I got to meet her before she blew up. We were doing some acting classes with him together. And, I felt horrible after, because I just thought, who is this little blonde? I was so serious about coming here to be an actor. And I just thought she was just this little pretty blonde who her parents were taking care of her. I was like, who is this little girl? And all right, now I see her, she's like huge. And then I've watched interviews with her. I'm like, oh, and she's really cool too, I think. So like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, if Amanda ever sees this, I'm sorry. I ever had those thoughts. I never should have. I judged a book by its cover. Stupid. I'm sorry. She doesn't even know I ever felt that way. But it was just like,
wow.
I was upset at myself for even having that thought. Like, why are you having those thoughts, Josh?
Yeah. But
and she showed me.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Exactly. So you would say that
like that was it. So he got me introduced to a lot of people, and it really helped my confidence knowing he had a lot of people in the game.
Yes,
they were working good gigs.
Would you say that when you were like a teen and coming up the ranks, were you shier? Were you a shier, more reserved kid?
No.
Or were you always, out there?
I was never really shy. Yeah, like in high school, I was vice president of my class and treasurer of the National Honor Society. I played tennis, golf, and baseball, and I've just always been in the mix. Yeah. So I don't like to. I don't like to be bored. I always gotta
keep going.
I gotta keep it going.
Keep going. So not so much really LA, but definitely New York because it is closer to the family and to Pennsylvania. What were the first big breaks or breaks at all you would say that really were instrumental for you in New York when you arrived?
Finding an apartment and being able to move into the apartment, but I lived with a girl.
New York, that is a major accomplishment. Yeah.
I moved in with a girl that I met at the IMTA through my mother agency. We lived sharing a studio and Hell's Kitchen. There was like a little alcove and then she set up one of those screens, and that was like her room, and then my room was the / living room. and she would like to come in and mess up the living room / bedroom.
Look
So
who's watching. Jane.
Hey, that's my stepmother.
As your mother. No, he was never shy. She confirms that.
True.
Family can confirm a lot of things.
Yes.
That's it. So getting the apartment.
Be careful.
Yeah, it's good to have her here. Welcome, Jane. Nice to have you.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You want Jane to edit?
Yeah, whatever.
So you got the apartment.
She always tells the story. We would go to Walmart, and I'd say, "Ma, did you wear your bra today?" She would get so mad at me,
and she'd be like, "Okay, start the
She's
car."
Like, Josh, I'm going to kill you.
So you got the apartment, and then what happened from there? Did you start auditioning? What were some of the breaks as far as the career?
I just kept going, using we had the internet then, barely, but that was 2003. I just went on auditions, and then I went, and I got my first play called Forbidden Fruit, which I thought was a pretty big deal, being brand new to New York. And I got that, I think, like a year after I was here. So I was pretty happy with that accomplishment, and it really was a really good play. And it kicked my ass, and I didn't have to work out because there was so much dance in it. I was skinny, and I loved that, but I couldn't dance. The director got so mad at me that he had to cut so much of it out because I was the lead. But the dancing wasn't, it wasn't working with me. I tried my hardest. I tried.
What kind of dance? What did they want you to do?
He said, "I thought you had ballet on your resume." I was like,
"Oh, they wanted you to do ballet?"
No, just me and choreography just don't get along. I used to be a stripper, so I could do, I got those moves. But I don't. But me trying to put my head and my feet together and coordinate it doesn't go very well. My stepmother right now is probably like, "Why would you tell them that?"
Yeah. Jane, anything you'd like to add? So then tell us, so that didn't necessarily happen because of the dance, but what was, was it a play? Was it a TV commercial? What was that thing that really was pivotal to launch you further? Oh, wow. I'm so glad I got that, because that got my name out there. And then the phone started ringing a little bit more. What was the thing?
Dante'scove. Yeah, Dante'scove.
Oh, so you got that right away? Wow.
I got that, and I got that on my own, actually. I believe it was through Backstage. I went to the audition.
They had
it. You found the French version with me on it. Hey.
I tell you, international.
I know, right?
So they had that at Backstage, and you applied?
All around. What's that?
They had that in Backstage, and you applied? Wow.
Yeah, and I went and auditioned for Rudolph. I forget the whole. But Jen Rudolph is the one who was my casting director, and I did the first audition. She gave me an automatic callback for the role of Corey, and I felt like Corey's a lot like me. We had a lot of similarities. Yeah, even when I had the callback in LA. There was a whole group of us in the lobby, and they kept calling people in for different roles and trying out different roles. They had me study for the lead role on the way there. Between Kevin and, you're taking me back. So I didn't go back and research my own show. But Kevin and whoever it was, Toby. I think I was reading for one of those roles. I think it was Toby and Corey, but they didn't call me in at all for Toby. And they kept calling other people in, calling them in. And then the casting director came over to me after I had read for Corey a couple auditions later and whispered in my ear. She said, "We just want to let you know we want to offer you the role of Corey." She's like, "But don't tell anyone yet." Okay. And I'm like, we're sitting there in the lobby of everyone, and you just came and whispered to my ear, and I'm the only one who auditioned for Corey. I was like, I think they're going to know. But I was like, sure, I won't say a word. I jumped in the elevator, went downstairs, and I called. You must have been.
Yeah, I was going to say, you must have been excited.
Oh, I was so excited. I was
network
in LA.
Series, and
I remember it was a beautiful day, and I was just like, I'm in LA, and it was pretty awesome.
And it's a new network series with a lot of exposure and press.
Yeah, and then we shot in Turks and Caicos for 5 weeks. which
Not
was
too
pretty
bad.
amazing. And then the second year we shot in Hawaii. So yeah, it was good times. They killed me off in the second season, though. But whatever. Somebody had to go, I guess.
But whatever. But hey, that was a good run. 2 years. I mean, you got that in the bank
amazing.
and in the books, and
yeah, I got fans all over the world.
Yes.
And also from the movie I did, Alexsandr'sprice, though, I got to give a shout out to Powell Meso. We might be doing a sequel here.
He was he was your co-actor, right? He was also one of
he
you.
wrote it, directed it, produced
I didn't realize he did all that.
Yeah. Oh, he did everything. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Yeah. Oh, you're so prepared. I love it.
We're a professional show here.
I know. I love it.
So how did you get cast for that? How did you connect with him and have that happen?
He actually
found you?
I think he found me. Yeah. I think it might have been through Dante's Cove or because I did it for very little money. Yeah. But I don't know. I liked the script. It was very dark. If you haven't seen it, wait till you get to the end.
Yeah, it's like a thriller. Yeah.
It's kind of it's wow. Right. It's not. I would say though, if you need to lift me up, don't watch this movie.
Yeah, this is more an escape. You're right, exactly.
Yeah, this lets you know your life is good.
Now, were you having a rough day here? Tell us about this. It's a cool shot, actually.
Oh, that's from Dante's Cove.
It is from Dante's Cove, huh?
Yeah, I get possessed. Ambrosius led me to the lighthouse, and he put the spell on me, and I try to run away, and then he wants me to break up Toby and Kevin, the two main characters. See, it's all coming back now.
Yeah, see, it's coming back. It comes back.
And I'm sitting there talking to Kevin, saying, "Hey, man, I saw Toby with that guy the other night." And I'm like, "You sure?" Like, it was one of my favorite scenes, and I loved it. I was kind of walking like a stiff vampire type thing, and then I had to hit my mark, and I knew the close up was there, and I was like, "I'm gonna nail this." It was pretty awesome.
Right. Yeah, that's a cool shot too. How about this too?
Oh, yeah, I can't wait till I can share more about this.
So this is something new then, right? This is coming.
Yeah.
Is it all finished?
It is. I believe he doesn't want me talking too much about it.
But
it's based on the tales of the Black Doodler, which I never heard of before. It's about a serial killer in the 1970s killing gay men in San Francisco. And he would meet them in gay bars, take them home and sketch them, and then kill them. And a couple people survived.
Yeah. So this is something coming out.
I don't know how much I might have said too much already. I don't know.
But it's something that people can keep an eye on. Is it going to be in movie theaters or streamed?
Right now it's a short film. I think he's trying to make it into a feature film,
a longer form production.
So I need to keep my lips shut, because I would like to be in the feature film. So
that'd be nice. A little teaser there. Just keep an eye out for that one. Gotham, of course, being involved in that. Tell us
that
about
was amazing.
that.
So I've always been a huge fan of Batman. Even when I was a little kid at my grandmother's house, she would have a yellow towel and a safety pin waiting for me so I could go run around on my Aunt Penny's green bicycle and play Robin around the neighborhood. If my parents didn't know that, I don't know how they didn't know.
And look, it led to being involved in Gotham. How'd that happen? And tell us your involvement.
Yeah, so I auditioned for the part. It's called Drifter Number One, but I'm like a vagabond guy just hanging out, drinking some beers. And when they introduced the character of Solomon Grundy, and he comes up out of the swamp, he comes over and beats up my people, and I tell him I'm going to come back and get revenge. And so I come back. In the next scene with me and my gang, and we're trying to beat up Solomon Grundy. Of course, he wins again, and then I try to light him up with a Molotov cocktail, and then he sets me on fire, and I run away. I was hoping they would bring me back like it's Firefly or something. I was like, oh, maybe I could be like the new guy coming in. But the show ended. So.
Do you crave stories that have a lot of action and drama in it as well, more than something that is maybe a romantic comedy or something along those? Is there a certain genre that really calls to
Well,
you?
I wouldn't say it's my choice. I think I'm more castable in the roles I've done, the more action and especially bad guy roles.
Yeah, yeah.
Killers and wannabe killers and racists. I guess I got that look, and I can play that role well. Romantic comedies, I have auditioned, but I've never really got any. So, yeah.
Was there ever a role that you've taken where you really had to get into it and become that character? And I know I've talked to a lot of folks, actors, actresses, where sometimes the role, it's so intense what the role calls for, and so much of them has to be thrust into this role that the role sort of takes them over, or it becomes overwhelming in a way because of the depth of the character, the role, and how intense it is. Have you ever had a role where that was the case for you, where it was, this is really intense stuff, and where you need to just sit and maybe breathe a little bit because what you're doing is so intense?
Yes, definitely. It was when I played Roy Bryant in Emmett Down in My Heart on Theater Row. It was a play with music about Emmett Till, and so sad. And probably half of our country, and why there's 30% of the country, I believe, they're uneducated, not by their own fault. I believe by our education system. I went to a very good high school called Blackhawk High School in Pennsylvania, back home where I'm from. And I thought I had an amazing education. Actually, I thought it was better than my college education. It's not a lie. But I would never learned about Emmett Till, never heard of him until I auditioned for this play and I got the part. And then our director is so good, Erica Gold, shout out to her. I hope I got the last name right. I'm so bad with names sometimes. I remember Erica.
Erica.
I forget Erica. Yeah. She's an awesome director. And we didn't even start rehearsals until we did the background of Emmett Till. And she had us watch the PBS documentary with Mamie Till.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there. I had such bad allergies that day too. I don't know what was going on. I already came like sneezing and like eyes watering. And I was like miserable. Now, I might have had a cold. I don't know. I was miserable. But then I was watching this movie and I was just bawling my eyes out. I was like, how did this happen? This 15-year-old boy, and they took him to this shed and tortured him and shot him in the head and then wrapped a cotton gin fan with barbed wire around his neck and sunk him to the bottom of the Tallahatchie River. I'm like, who does that? Because he whistled and maybe flirted with the white girl in the store. It's disgusting. That's what we were talking about. Loving, love. Well, that's not love.
No.
Why? Because he's a little black boy and and the guy's ego is hurt. Like,
man,
so gross, so gross. But anyway,
it was intense.
To answer your question, playing him, and I mean, I would take him, and we had it set up on the stage, and I drag him off the stage. And I'm like, "You're coming with me, boy," and then the scenes, and then I hit my wife and and then in the audience afterwards, we would meet them outside, and people would be crying, or I'd be crying with them, and some were like, "Well, I just wanted to punch you." I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, "Well, thank you, I did my job."
Because they think you're him, right? Which happens sometimes with when you're really convincing in a role. People think you're that person.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah. How did you detach? How were you able to? I mean, obviously that wasn't you, but how were you able to detach from it? Sometimes roles can be very consuming, where it's tough to detach.
I like I said, I think I have pretty strong control in my mind. I think I can just shut it off. I'm not going to let myself live in it.
Was that you?
There's acting to me it's a job, and if you can, you leave your job at work.
Right. You can turn around.
Now everything's pretty much here. But
now, have you always been that way, or has that come from a lot of training and years of doing it to be able to do that that's the job. I'm moving on now to the next thing.
Yeah, I've just always been like that. Yeah. And sometimes I'd be in acting class and the girl or guy was sitting there just bawling. I'm like, okay, let it go. Even the teacher would be like, okay, let it go now. Like, let it, like, right. You gotta have to have some kind of control over it, or maybe you should choose another profession.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. You really do have to, because again, all of this can be very consuming.
I mean, look at Heath Ledger,
Yeah, absolutely.
I met him at the park one time, but his
Did
nanny
you?
said we could. Yeah, the nanny said we couldn't say hi. He was with his kids.
Yeah, that makes it Equal Standard. Here's another one.
Oh yeah. I just have a little role in this. I haven't even seen it yet, actually.
Do you watch some actors and actresses don't watch their stuff. Some do, so they can critique themselves and fine tune. Do you watch your stuff, or no? You move on to the next project when it comes?
I do, but I find that I'm like, how do I explain it? When I watch myself, I'm like out of it.
You want it, right? That's what I do with my stuff. I have to detach from it.
Like when I was watching FBI, my heart was racing. I'm like, oh, I'm into this scene. I'm like, but then when I see me, I'm like, oh, it's me. Okay, I'm waiting for me to go so I can watch the rest of the scene.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I do that all the time. I'll watch myself.
I think I suck all the time. So
there's that too. I think a lot of performers
that's really what it comes out to.
Because you're always looking for
could have done that better. Oh, could have done that. I never stopped. So I told myself, I don't. Now when I do auditions, I just don't even think about it. Just do what I do. Somehow it works. And
that's what you got to do, right? Yeah, I'll watch myself to fine tune and see if I am being convinced by what I just said or what I'm doing. And if I was able to pull off whatever I had to pull off and that type of thing. But we are generally our own worst critics too. A lot of creative types are. So what was the role? What was this about? Sounds cool. Equal Standard.
Honestly, they're going to kill me. I wish you could edit this part out. I don't really remember
what the role was, what you did.
I was a detective with another detective coming to the door, and I think we were just coming to question the person. It was it was a one and done, and I just kind of let it go. No offense, Ice-T and their girlfriend.
Yeah, I was going to say, I see a lot of famous faces in that. Yeah. Here's another one too.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah. That was fun. Tell us about this one.
This was MTV doesn't have many scripted series. This might have been their last one. I don't know. I think they tried it out. It didn't work out. But this one was about a serial killer using the internet in apps. Yeah. And then we were in the nightclub, and he took over the system, and he's telling everyone to do these different things and causing chaos in the club. And my character comes up and I think you win like $10,000 if you kiss the heel of a shoe or something. And I grabbed, sorry, I forget her name now. I told you I'm horrible with names, but I grab her and hey, your shoe looks tasty. And then her cop boyfriend comes and like, man, he really put me down. I was like, okay, dude, we're acting.
This is acting.
That hurt. Yeah, right. I was like, it was a real reaction. I was like, I hope it looked good because you got me. Yeah. That was fun. It was fun. They just built a whole like nightclub out over in Williamsburg here in Brooklyn. It's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Oh, they did, huh?
Yeah.
That
it looked like a real nightclub. I was like, this looks like a club I would come to. Yeah,
absolutely. Cool. I think we actually do have a quick clip, which is a scene from that series, and be kind of cool to see you in action doing your thing. We got a couple of nice clips here, actually, of you in action, and this one is from Eye Candy. Well, let's take a look at that, Josh, and all of our viewers. This is the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. Our very special guest actor, Josh Berresford, is here, and hope you guys are enjoying. Keep the comments coming. Here is a quick clip here, and then we've got a few more we're going to show you as well. Here's Josh in action. This is in Eye Candy.
Hey, beautiful. Help me make 10 grand. Those shoes look tasty.
Yeah, sorry. I've got really big feet.
I can handle it.
Okay, really?
Really. All right, easy, man. Easy. Back off.
That is a quick clip, but it's a little bit of a teaser there. So, I mean, that's production wise, they obviously spared no expense. I mean, it looks really, really cool.
It was very professional. It was very good. They had all kinds of sets around there. It looked really neat. I was like, I want to be on this show.
Where did they shoot that?
In Williamsburg, over by the river.
So that is where they shoot it. Wow.
Yeah. They put up a lot of studios here. Thank God, in New York. We're very comparable to LA now. It's pretty awesome.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, which is really, really cool. Of course, we mentioned Gotham, but another one that you had an opportunity to be a part of, which I think is also really cool, which Marty Thompson is mentioning. Good day, mates. Josh, huge fan of Boardwalk Empire. What was it like being in a great timepiece show, Empire? Tell us about being involved in that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I got to work like 2 weeks on that too. My first scene was in a swamp, which we went out to Long Island and they transformed a pond into a swamp, and it was pretty amazing. Amazing the cast and crew that these people, these studios and the money they have. There was these big lights up in the air, and all the people and all the props, and then we had fire and alligator looking things.
That's amazing. And they did that on Long Island.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
Wow.
But unfortunately, they cut that scene.
Oh, they did.
That was the scene. Yeah, that was the scene I had my lines in. We find the guy's severed head, which I thought was pretty pivotal to the show. But I don't know. They cut the scene because they said it didn't look like the rest of the show. So I was like, you spent all this time and money
to prepare all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So then the scene I am in is when we're in the bar in the swamp, and Patricia Arquette's there, and she's like the ma of the bar and serving. And they start to have our guys and their guys start to have a little squabble. And then she points the gun at us, and I'm just like, all right. But, I get to say I worked with an Oscar-winning actor. So
yes. He also had a role on CBS's Bold. Mention that too. Tell us about that. Very popular series on CBS. Yeah,
that was another one. It's a crazy career. Another scene cut.
Really?
Yeah. We did a whole day of filming as jurors, and I don't know, that scene. It was all cut. All the jurors were cut. So. It was awesome. It was an awesome set, though. Everybody was nice.
Did you say the person was guilty or not guilty?
We didn't get that far.
We didn't get to that part. Here's another one.
Just jury selection. Yeah.
Kings.
Oh man, this was one of my first major credits way back. This was a show on NBC that lasted for one season. I come in as the arresting officer, as the lead arresting officer, to get that main guy there, the blonde guy. Sorry, I don't know his name. We arrest him and take him out while he was trying to make love to his girlfriend.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean, this was another production where they spare no expense. Here's another one too.
Oh yeah.
The Deuce.
Oh yeah. Another one with the scene cut and lines cut.
Yeah, people don't realize that happens so often. They spend a lot of money filming, and then things are changed, and but to have any involvement at all,
it's time constraints and whatever.
Yes, absolutely.
This one, it was also an awesome experience.
Yes, right. And you make connections.
We shot in a studio, and I got to work with the guy that was on True Blood. I don't know his name, sorry, but I was a fan of his. He was the sheriff on True Blood.
Yeah. That's cool.
And we go in and we're breaking up a brothel. It was the last episode of the series, actually.
You're part of this. Tell us about this
one. I can talk about now. This one, Celebrity Close Calls. I played Mindy McCready, who was a country. She was a superstar, like the Britney Spears of country, back in the '90s. And her life had a tragic turn, and it all started with this night. With this boyfriend she had, Billy McKnight, who was also an aspiring country singer. One night she had broken up with him. He came into a club, grabbed her out of the club. No, wanted her to go home from the club. She didn't go. He went and was waiting for her at her house, and she didn't know. He snuck into the garage door and then pretty much beat the living crap out of her until she was laid bloody on the floor. in the foyer, and then he left. And as he was leaving, he said, "Sorry," and then broke her phone in front of her, and then walked out the door. So that was the role I played.
That was
but
Mr. Nice Guy.
And the poor girl, she was a stunt girl too. She was a stunt actress, so she was also the actor and the stunt. And I'm slamming her head off of the headboard, and I accidentally hit her head on the headboard. And I was like, "I'm sorry." She's like, "No, keep going." I was like, "What's wrong with you?"
So because I guess it created authenticity and maybe a moment that couldn't have been scripted.
Yeah, and Minnie McCready, I got to message her. I think it was on Facebook or something before she killed herself. She has a tragic story. They need to make a movie out of her life.
Yeah.
I love Minnie McCready. I love her music. If anybody has a chance and you haven't listened to Minnie McCready, it's really, really good music. Her voice is amazing.
Yeah.
But then, she had issues with drugs and alcohol and the abusing relationships, and it just went downhill.
And which
rest in peace.
Yeah, that's part of what surrounds a lot of the industry too, which can make it really, really tough. Here's another Set It Up.
Oh yeah, that was a fun
Lucy
night.
Liu, right?
Yeah, it was just a little scene. I got to play with Lucy Liu playing a football star who. The scene's funny because she said, so she's interviewing me after a game, and I'm there and just in my towel, and I'm just looking at her boobs the whole time. And she said, maybe you would have won the game if you would have kept your eye on the ball as much as you do my tits. That was her line.
Wow.
that was her very last scene of the shoot, and then she was wrapped for the film.
And then she
was like 4:30 in the morning. We were all like, "Bye."
Bye is right. Yeah, that's amazing. I've got another scene here, another shot here. Let me take a. We're gonna play this, and then we'll talk about it after. Let's take a look at this one. This is another cool video here.
See, this is Christmas. You're at the port making a deal with the Serbians. Coke in the bag. I just want to thank you for making it this easy for me. Now, let's talk about your bosses.
I heard about you. People on the streets talking. Chris Simmons from Detroit, right?
My friends call me Chris. But you can call me Detective Simmons, asshole.
Heard you went a little crazy undercover. Buried a couple of bodies? Well, this ain't Detroit.
Maybe I did. Maybe you won't get a chance to tell anybody because you're going up with the beast at Rikers, and they don't like snitches.
I ain't no snitch, Chris.
They don't know that, Xavier. Your bosses, routes, supplies. Let's go. You work with me and I'll work with you. Tell the DA to give you something cushy. Otherwise, I'll let the boys at Rikers handle you.
We're kind of riveting. Tell us about that.
Always playing that nice guy, huh?
Yeah, always the nice guy. Yes. I know Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers was from the Pittsburgh area too, but I don't know.
Yeah. I was in I actually did an internship and we used their studio one time.
WQED in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the set, Fred Rogers set so small, like
literally. It really is. It looks big on TV.
The size of my studio here.
Yeah.
I was shocked. Yeah.
What they did, the whole series. So tell us about the clip we just saw there. That was very cool.
Actually,
what was that for?
Shout out to Real Arc. They are a company here in New York that they do for actors that don't have scenes, to display their talents, because they haven't been cast yet. It gives casting directors and agents and managers that they're seeking out, something to watch and something to see them in action do it. And Real Arc, they come to me a lot whenever they just need another actor to help out with the scene. So that's what one of those was. Yeah.
That was really
shout out to them. Yeah,
they do an amazing job.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good. I have a couple more scenes I'll be putting up with them too on my YouTube channel, which is just my name. Yep.
Yeah. That's Marty is in Nashville, but by way of Australia originally. Because Josh, what was your favorite role you've done so far of all the different things you've done? Is there one that stands out that I guess for me it would be a two-part question. One that is your favorite role, and then one that is closest to who Josh is. So, and maybe they're one and the same. Maybe their favorite role is the one that is closest to who you are. Tell us about your favorite role so far of the things you've done.
Well, I'll answer the second part first because I think I already answered that with Dante's Cove.
That was your favorite? Yeah.
No. I think that's what I was closest.
Oh, closest to you, right?
Yeah, it was closest to me. I think that's why they didn't even see anyone else for the part.
You're automatic.
It was me, and I can't wait for that. Can't wait for that role to come along again.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah. I can't wait.
And then favorite role.
Favorite. That's tough because there's so many.
I know. It's like saying what's your favorite child.
Because to me, sometimes it's not just the role; it's the experience as well.
Right.
Because there's been some roles that I really like, but the experience wasn't so great. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus here, and then other times the experience was great, but the role wasn't so great. So that's tough. I would say, like I did this little short film called Takeout, and it was just the actress that was supposed to play my sister, who we were supposed to have an incestual relationship and kill the pizza guy and eat him. She decided not to show up. So I had to come up with some kind of psychotic, and then it was all ad lib. And I just, like you said, you just make it work, as we talked about earlier. And so I got to do all ad lib and just throw myself into it. And it was pretty crazy. Like I was like, I could kill you. I'm like, I have to stop myself. Like, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is amazing. We've got another.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, we got another cool clip here too that I want to share with everybody, and then we can talk about this one too.
Whatever you're going through, I want you to know you have people who care, and I'm here for you.
Thanks so much. Look at that. Storm's coming for a change.
You didn't hear anything about Kevin?
Nothing. I hope he's all right. I feel for Toby, man. He's all psyched to have his boy come here, and then this had to happen.
I still say he's tweaking on something.
Maybe he saw a ghost.
Just a little bit of we're really teasing them with the clips.
I mean, maybe I was.
I want to watch that. I want to watch that. Tell us about that, where that was, and what that was.
Dante's Cove.
That's Dante's Cove.
That was Stephen Amell. He was in the first season, then he got, I don't know what happened, if he didn't come back, whatever, but they replaced him as soap operas do in the second season. But yeah, that was we're just talking about the town and Ambrosius and all of them are putting spells on people. So we're just talking about that, like maybe he saw a ghost. Great memories. We actually just vacationed last January before COVID and everything in Turks and Caicos again. I went back to Grand Turk, and I got to see my friend Tanya, who still lives there, is now married with 3 kids. Her bar, she owns the Sandbar, is what it's called. It's right on the beach where we used to go like night after night. It was just great that she was still there. I was amazed after how many years it's been? 17 years, 18 years.
Yeah. You're
married and 3 kids. What?
Your stepmother says he always plays the creeps, so unlike the real Josh, which is perfect. And that's great acting to be able to do that. We talked about this earlier, Marty. A lot of people said Donnie Wahlberg. No, not Donnie. Mark. You look more like
I just
Mark,
auditioned for Blue Bloods today, though. So
yeah.
Fingers crossed. It's a two-part season finale. Come on.
Are you playing the part? Are you playing the part of his like distant cousin or something? Or
I can't say anything about any of that.
that would be something.
Yeah. I want to get the part. So you find out, I say.
Good luck with it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, you don't want to upset the cart there. Absolutely. Got another cool one here we want to share. We'll take a look at this and then continue. This is another great clip. Enjoy, everybody.
Look at me. Really look at me.
I am.
Are you really looking at me?
Yes. And I'm looking at you.
It's not my name.
All right, Casey.
Oh,
These are real teaser clips.
What I would give to be 25 again. Oh.
Tell us about. Take
all
us
that
back
hair,
to,
all that hair in that
all
body.
the hair in the body. Tell us about that. What we were watching there. Kind of cool.
That was from a film I did in Arkansas. Actually, it was by Brian Pera. He's a genius. He's more. I think he has a couple of novels that he's more known for. But that was his first time doing a movie and filming it and directing it. We stayed in these little cabins at his husband's family's house that they had, and we were in my scenes in it were in an ashram as his character is journeying. He had just lost his husband or his lover, and he was just in a depressed mood. And he went to this party and he found out about this place, this ashram, where you go and drink this tea and you see, get enlightened and get rid of all that negativity or whatever. But then it turns out there's a lot of things going down at the ashram that are a little off too. And my character is kind of in the center of that, trying to warn people about what's going on, but they think I'm just crazy and they won't listen to me. So that's what that scene was about. And I'm trying to tell her. And we all had assigned names. So my name was assigned Deneenan, but my real name was Casey. And that's how I was like, and she called me Deneenan. And I was like, that's not my name. And then she says, oh, okay, Casey.
Yeah.
I'm trying to snap them out because, people get in these cults and you get brainwashed. That's pretty much what it was. Like what our part of the movie was. That's like in the middle of the movie along his journey. I love the movie. It's a very like artsy indie film. Yeah, so I would check it out if you can. I think it might still be on Amazon Prime, maybe. It's called The Way I See Things. It's really good. I liked it. I thought it was very good.
Independent films can really be absolutely, and short films can really be incredible.
Yeah, Brian Pera, I got to shout out to him. He was amazing for his first time acting, and he did. We watched it. It was actually went to Outfest LA.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, we were in Outfest LA, and that was the first time I ever saw myself on the big screen. Actually,
what was that feeling like for you?
It was awesome, but then I was sitting there, I was crying at the movie because it was really well done, and it was some sad moments in it too. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Are there roles that are out there that you have your eye on that you would love to play? Is there a certain role out there that you'd like to tackle that is maybe even different than the kinds of roles you've been cast for over the years?
I can't think of anything specific. I kind of like playing the creep, the bad guy. I would like to come on to one of the shows and come on as the creep guy, the bad guy. I can't think of anything specific right now. Honestly, I have to say I don't watch that much television myself. I watch more like Housewives, and I love the Housewives.
Have you done anything
I love game shows and Housewives.
The game shows. Yeah. The game shows are great.
Yeah. The Weakest Link. I'm like, I wish they made more. I'm like, come on, we need more. I'm applying to be on there. I'm like, please have me.
The Price is Right. Come on down.
Yeah. Oh, I'd be
Match Game. That's right. That's what they like. They got to have people who the contestants have to be
But
super
yeah, you know, to
supercharged.
answer that question, I would like to get back to a series regular role. Would be that's something that fits in my wheelhouse. You know.
How about Broadway?
You know, I'm not. The dancing holds me back. I can sing okay, and you know, I can act, but the dancing holds me back for Broadway. So it would have to be.
So a non-dancing role.
You know, I actually just thought. You know what I thought? It's funny you mentioned that because one of my favorite movies is Night Mother. You ever heard of that?
Yeah, sure.
Sissy Spacek, and I believe it was Anne Bancroft. Is that right?
Yeah.
I watched it when I was like 10 years old with my stepmom, Jane, letting me watch something like that at 10 years old. I was devastated. I ran into the bathroom, was sobbing my eyes out. I couldn't breathe. And I just couldn't calm down. I was so upset by the ending of that movie. But then I saw it on Broadway with Edith Falco, and I forget who the other actress was. And it was just as good and just as riveting. And I sobbed my eyes out there. And I don't know, for some reason, just yesterday, I was thinking, what if we did Night Mother as Night Father? Just changed it. Or something like that. I don't know. I just thought of that. Because then I'm like, that could be something I could, Like when she's outside the door, she's like, Jesse, no, Jesse, like freaking out. I'm like, I want to do something like, I want to be able to freak out, I guess.
Have you ever thought of writing scripts, writing your own material?
I've started some, and then I get stuck. I don't know where to go with it. So I start things and I haven't finished it, honestly. But I did come up with, I created a show called Wolf Island, and my friend Tim O'Leary wrote the script. And the SAG Foundation, I sent it in to be read. They wanted TV pilots to be read as a stage reading in front of the union members. Yeah. And they picked our script for Wolf Island, which was pretty amazing. Wow. So that we did that, and then I sent it to Netflix. It got past the first round, and then got rejected. But we're still doing some tweaks on it. I still try to sell it around. We'll see.
Amazon Prime. There's so many places to distribute.
Oh my God,
now.
Wolf Island. Oh, it's perfect. I was like, Netflix. I was like, you're crazy. Especially, I call it like the better version of Dante's Cove. Really, that's what it is.
Do you think they'd ever reboot Dante's Cove and bring it back?
You know, they tried. But they were asking for money to do it, which is
that could always be a roadblock.
That's all I gotta say about that.
That could always be a roadblock.
I saw that.
Money is money. Yeah. That's
so yeah. And they did have a newer version they were trying to do, and it was all these young like twink kids, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say on that. I'd say let that one lie.
Let it be.
Do it right.
Right, and you've done it, and you were a part of it, and enjoyed being a part of it. Cool shots here too.
Oh, thank you.
Modeling.
That's what got me FBI.
Is this? Oh yeah, I would say absolutely. Modeling too. Doing modeling on the side at all?
I have in the past, not recently. I've done, but like more like print stuff, like A6. I did the stuff you mentioned in the bio. Yeah,
right, exactly.
State Street Investments and HBO Love, Big Love. Yeah, yeah. These are just some new headshots I just did. So I needed an update. And shout out to Leah Flanders, the photographer, who was amazing. I had really one of the best shoots I've ever had. I loved it.
I like the expression there. It's kind of like, "Are you serious?"
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
That's what got me my audition today for Blue Bloods.
was that right there? That shot?
Yeah, that one.
Wow.
Yep.
Congratulations. There it is.
Everybody gets a little backstage stuff here for acting. You know,
I was just about to say.
Works.
Right, exactly. So folks, take a look at that shot, because you may see him on Blue Bloods, and this is the shot that sort of opened the door. The rest, of course, is your talent, but this sort of was
the same casting director who put me in Gotham. But you know.
Oh, really? So that happens
shout
too.
out to Rosie. I forgot. Oh my gosh!
You could always just stick with Rosie, right?
Rosie. No, that's not it.
The fact that you also have an opportunity sometimes to work with some of the same people too, and the same casting directors, producers, directors.
Josie Rodriguez. No, that's what I said. I was like, oh, I was hoping it would be you today, Josie. And I was like, yes.
That's another cool shot.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I still get nervous.
Oh,
I've
sure.
been doing it for years, but still get nervous.
No, and that's a good thing. We've talked about it on this show. When you get nervous, that means you care. When you get those butterflies in your stomach for something you have to do, that means you really want to do it well and you want to, strive for excellence. It's when you lose those butterflies, then it's time to change what you're doing because you've lost the passion, you've lost the drive for it. So and a lot of, other, people have said that too. And I've even felt it. I've been doing this for a long time. And sometimes when I get brought in to do a project that is really exciting and something that I really wanted to do, I will get same thing. I'll get the butterflies. But then once the camera goes on, or once we're rolling, or once we're doing whatever we're doing, all of a sudden something takes over and that's out the window. But the leading up to it and the expectation and striving for excellence and all of that, those butterflies are there. And I've always been told that the butterflies, again, are a good thing. It means you're still passionate about it. You still love what you do and you want to do it well. Definitely. So embrace the butterflies.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a cool shot.
That shot.
What were you thinking? What were you saying
we were just trying to get we were just trying to get a smile out of me that because when as it's like me smiling this whole show, you barely see my eyes. So I was trying to get a nice commercial shot with a smile, and we couldn't get it. And I don't know, this was in between one of the shots, and my agent picked it. She was like, so I was like, okay, and it's got me auditioned. I never would have picked this shot.
That's
myself,
not sure.
but,
yeah, this is
a
good one.
Yeah, that's my serious detective guy. Yeah, which has got me auditions for that too. That was my last audition, for a detective.
I could see that. There's something you do with the expression, with your forehead and your eyebrows. There's a certain thing you do that's got a serious tone to it. Yeah, you're right. There's a certain, like, we mean business. We're gonna find the criminal, or we're gonna stretch. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can do it now.
Right.
There it is. He means business.
Are you serious?
Are you serious? What are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
You can't lie to me.
Linda says, Maureen says she's enjoying the conversation. Linda, nice photos. And
thank you, Linda.
She likes the fact you're sharing the life story with us. Tess, praying for you with
I'm an open book. No problem.
Yeah, Austin Field saying great acting, Josh, and great stories as well. And what is it about this work, about being an actor, that and Robert says Josh is a wonderful human being, Robert Ragland in Texas.
Oh,
what is it?
Just being me, man. Just being me.
Authentic, right? Which is what it's all about. I agree with that 100%. That's the best way to be. What would you, and Juanita watching in South Africa, one of our regular lovelies, says great pictures in South Africa as well. And Kathleen in New York, nice conversation. All of our lovely viewers here tuned in. What are some of the things that bring you great blessing and inspiration and joy doing this work? What is it about this work as an actor, being in this industry, because it's not an easy industry? There's blood, sweat, and tears, sacrifice. There's rejection. There's, on the
taxes and commissions.
Yeah, right. And there's editing.
My last check I got, I called my manager. I said, Lorna, I said, why did I choose this career? What am I doing?
Is that Lorna at Talent Express?
Yeah,
I know her. Yeah, I've done some work for her.
You know Lorna?
Yeah, Lorna Rainey. Yeah. She's amazing. She's wonderful.
Yeah, I've been with her for years.
Yeah, I've done some work for her too. Nice. Commercial, voiceover, she sent me out for, and
wow.
Like industrial corporate video type stuff.
Oh,
she's
great.
She'll
see this eventually. I forgot to put it on the Talent Express.
Hello, Lorna. Yeah. Anne in Florida says these are marvelous, the photos and the videos as well. She's in Jacksonville, Florida there. So what are some of the things that inspire you, again, to do this work?
I have the never give up mentality. Never give up, never surrender, never give up. And it's always what I want to do, and I can't see myself really doing anything else, unless other little side hustle things. I like to have multiple streams of income if I can, but I will always act. Like, I'll always be striving for the next thing. You know, eventually, my real goal is to have a production company, produce my own stuff, so then I can star in my own stuff, and I don't have to worry about other people putting me in stuff. That's the goal.
Absolutely. What
And
do you
then
do?
I get to do work out. You know, like send me scripts. You know,
Then some scripts, exactly.
Yeah.
And then you do really quality work, even more that is driven by you. You know, I mean, it's work that you've sort of envisioned with a team of people
and
with
stories
you.
that are important to me. Yeah,
Right, exactly.
yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Well, and I would hope people would learn, you know, from the
Learn
stories
from
I
it.
tell. Yeah,
Right, exactly.
like Emmett Till. I learned
So
so much.
you like material where it gets us to really think about life and about certain subjects, right?
Definitely. I like more real life stuff, realistic. Like I do like X-Men. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not big into like most of like the Avengers and all. I like living in reality.
Yeah.
More
Right.
psychological, real stuff that, you know, make people think.
What do you do to prepare for a role? How do you prepare for an audition, and then how do you prepare for the actual role when you've got it?
For an audition, I try to make sure I have enough sleep, because that's sabotaged me in the past.
Yeah.
I always try to make sure I work out before the audition, so it gives me that little bit of energy and that
Mhm.
level of clearness.
Releases those endorphins. Yeah.
Exactly. And then for the audition, you know, I just do my acting work. You know, who, what, where, when, why, what's going on, how do I feel about the person, how do they feel about me, how do I feel about the situation, where am I at, are we talking loud, are we talking low. You know, today I was in a car, you know, looking in the rearview mirror. You just gotta, which in auditioning is so different from when you get to actually get the role. Because
Yeah.
auditioning is this whole mind F game. I don't know if you could
Mhm.
swear or whatever.
Or just mind game.
Yeah, this whole
The mind games.
I have a mouth of a sailor, so I think I'm doing pretty well. But yeah, it's a whole mind game, the auditioning, because like right now I'm like, I had the guy standing here, I had the other guy standing here. I just have poles sitting there, you know,
Yeah,
and
right.
the casting director was like, you on the screen today talking. Like,
It's not the same as in person, right?
not at all. And then you get to
Self-taping and all.
Well, yeah, and then you get the role and you get to talk to a person or be in the car. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's a totally different ballgame. They don't teach that a lot in acting schools, and they really should. You also need an audition technique class, and especially today's day and age with all the self tapes and technology. And I mean, there's classes galore all over the internet for it now.
But you yourself personally, you like to be physically and mentally fit and prepared with sleep and exercise and good eating as best as you can. So you're, you know, all cylinders are firing when you are taking on that role, right?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. What would you say
I just feel better. I even did that in person auditions. I make sure I go to the gym before, if I could. If it was very early, I'm just like, oh, they're going to get me how I am. I'm not a morning person usually.
What have you learned about yourself as you've explored all these different characters that you've shared with all of us? And being an actor, what have you learned about yourself, and what would you say to somebody watching live right now or watches this in the archives on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, who's considering going into the industry as an actor or actress? What have you learned, and what would you say to somebody who is looking at Josh and saying, boy, he was on this show and he's done this, he's done that. I would like to, you know, take a shot at that. Never done it before. What would you say to somebody like that? And what have you learned along the way?
I would say it doesn't happen overnight. You're not going to get off the bus and be a star. You know, it's maybe, I don't know how many people it happens to, but not many. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication and the willpower to stick with it. And some things I need to work on still, you know, procrastination sometimes. You know, and you got to make sure that you're prepared. You know, the prepared actor is the best actor.
Yep.
And I said, yeah, you just and know that it's not going to be your main job, and it might never be. But only 2% of us really book and get the auditions and book the work. And if you're in that 2%, which I've had to play these games with myself, you know, tell myself, you're one of the working actors, Josh. Stop your shit. Like get that crazy roommate out of your head, like I was talking about. And then, if it's something you really, really want to do, but that's what I would say too. Make sure it's something you really, really, really want to do. You're going to have a lot of wasted time, a lot of wasted money, heartbreak. You've got to be able to handle rejection. Yeah, it's not the Hollywood they show on the red carpet. It's not.
Right.
But if you stick with it, the benefits are really, really there. And residuals ain't bad too.
Residuals are good. Yeah, absolutely. You've done, I was saying in sort of that introduction I did, voiceover work too. You've tackled voiceover. That's cool stuff. And that's a great area. Tell us about your work in voiceover.
Yeah, I did a lot in the past. And then, my agent that I booked those through, I decided I wanted to stay with them commercially and do the voiceovers, but I wanted to move on legit wise, for TV and film, and they didn't like that. So they cut me off the roster altogether, and then I never really found another voiceover agent.
So they wanted you to be...
I didn't really pursue it that hard either, but I think they wanted me across the board or not at all.
And now a lot of people have.
And I booked a lot for them, so I didn't understand that. I was like, okay. Well.
And now, they wanted you like to make voiceover the full-time thing, so you can jump whenever they needed it, and not have some other thing that you have to do, and probably. But now you have to have the home studios too. A lot of them are doing.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it. Yeah.
The home studio type.
I'm already so busy though. I'm like, I don't know if I would even.
So what are you working on now? What are some of the things you're working on? Right.
Like to have this set up right now is really good for me because me and technology and everything we don't get along that fast.
Not necessarily the best of friends.
Yeah.
I know. You did mute.
I was very proud. I'm like, I got light. You're clear. We're good. All right.
You did mute yourself in the beginning, but hey, usually on set there's an audio.
I was doing that for you because I think I saw you glance over at me when I coughed. I was like, oh, sorry, and then I muted myself.
And usually there's an audio guy on set that takes care of all of that stuff. He
takes
audio.
I was my own glam today. I had to do the wardrobe,
audio,
makeup, the hair, the lighting.
Yeah, exactly. Who did you train with for voiceover? Did you train with?
I didn't. My old manager, Gold Star Talent Management, Sid Gold.
I've heard of them. Yes, Sid Gold. Yeah.
He's been around for years.
Yeah.
He actually has a piano karaoke bar. I don't know if it's still open because of COVID, but.
Oh, I didn't know he has that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was walking by one night. I called up like, "Hey, Sid, did he send me a free drink?" No. Anyway, no. I just It was when I first was here, and he was my first manager, second manager actually after who got me here. And he just asked me if I want to go out on a voiceover, and I said, I don't know, I've never done it. Now I looked up how to prepare for a voiceover on the internet, and it told me take a cork and put it in between your teeth and say every consonant as you read and I did that, and then I just let my natural acting ability do it. So, and then I got the voiceovers. I don't know. I would do that. I'd be sitting in the audition room or like out in the hall, and before auditioning, I'd be with a cork in my mouth. It worked though. It got my, because when you're reading, it's different. As you know.
Yeah.
It's a different guy. You're not like just sitting there reading out loud, telling a story. You got to really be able to say every word clearly, enunciate.
Yeah, articulate. And
sometimes I'm from Western PA, and we kind of just run our words together, and we take out vowels, and we say downtown and that. All the Pittsburghese, we have our own words. Yeah.
Exactly. Pittsburgh's a great city, a very scrappy town, and there's a renaissance happening there, right? There's a lot of investment in Pittsburgh, and it's coming back.
Even when I was there, they really built it up. Especially they rebuilt like the North Shore and put the stadiums in. And,
yes.
Ever since they did that, Pittsburgh. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's a steel town," right? Not really anymore. No.
Right now, yeah. Well,
it used to be like a
Carnegie Mellon is there, and
yeah,
absolutely.
University of Pitt, their hospital and everything is top notch. They have the Children's Hospital. They got Andy Warhol Museum.
That's right. And I think as many bridges, if not more, in Pittsburgh than in Venice,
So
Italy.
many.
Yeah.
I love. There's nothing like being on. Oh God, I haven't been there in so long. Up on the hill.
Yeah.
Forget-
Yes. Right.
Whatever town, but to watch the fireworks during 4th of July up on the hill is amazing because it's like there's a reason they call it Gotham. It's a city sitting in between three rivers. All these hills, and so it's just in there. You have to go through a tunnel to get into the city, no matter which way you go. Pretty amazing.
Exactly.
Or if you take the river, of course. But
right. Exactly. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Good restaurants city. And do you ever miss it?
I do.
You
definitely.
Do. Yeah. You're
I haven't been home. Yeah, I haven't been home since my grandmother's funeral a couple of years ago, and I'm itching to get back. But now I have the dog and my fiance, and I want to drive. And coming to New York, I let my license go, which is if I give any advice, keep your license no matter what.
For the car.
Now I got to go take a test again and everything. I'm like, really? At the age of 42, I got to go.
I get it. Merlin in Canada.
I regret that.
I regret that. Merlin in Canada asks, do you like self-taping your auditions?
At first I hated it, but now I love it.
You do love it.
Now I've got more used to it. It doesn't take me forever to everything's set up already. And
you've got the equipment.
And I know what's going on. And now, you can do as many takes as you need to you think it's right, and then send it off.
Right. They give you
today's was live, and that was my first time doing it. Yeah. And it was my first time doing it. I actually was a half hour late because I didn't know I had to click a button and say I was ready. I'm sitting there waiting. I'm like,
you had everything set up.
Ready. I'm like, I'm trying to keep myself going. I'm like,
everything's set up except for.
And then I read everything. I was like,
enter broadcast studio. Right? Yeah. One button, enter broadcast.
So you're lucky. I came in when I did.
Oh,
I know. I told her, I'm like, I'm so sorry. It's my first time. She's like, no, you're fine. I was like, oh, good.
There's been a few close calls. There was a couple where we've had to start the show like 20 minutes late because they're just reading the email now 5 minutes before the show starts. And I'm like, oh my God, we sent it a week and a half ago on purpose so you can get familiar. It's just really funny. It's a couple of comments coming in here. Michael FL, and I don't know if that means Florida. Hey, Josh.
Hey.
Hey, good to see you. Welcome, Michael. Anybody watching on the YouTube channel, definitely subscribe. They should subscribe to our YouTube channel on Jim Masters TV.
Yes, they should.
Josh?
Become a lovety.
Become a lovety.
Become part of the lovety.
Marty asks, who's your favorite actor or actress, singer as well? Maybe we'll start with actor.
Actor, I'm a huge fan of Brad Pitt. I like Brad Pitt a lot. There's a lot. I think there's so many good actors. But Brad Pitt is probably the one that stands out in my mind.
Yeah. Anybody that you would dream?
And he's not bad to look at.
How about actress?
I love Angelina Jolie. I love Sandra Bullock. Meryl Streep, of course.
Sure. Glenn Close. They're all great.
Glenn Close. I've met her. Very nice woman. Yes.
And singer. He asks also singer too. Well, I guess that would be Reba.
You know the answer to that. Yeah.
If you joined us late, Marty, we have that answer for you, sir. And we will find it out right here. Once again, Reba McEntire. Yes. That's his favorite singer. So that would be female. How about male? Do you have a favorite male singer? I know she's your favorite overall singer, but is there a male singer that you like as well? There he is with Reba since he's 15 years old. He's known Reba. How about a male singer? Anybody?
Living in New York now, I don't listen to as much music as I used to.
Right.
When I used to be in the car. So, but I don't know. Sean Mullins just came to mind. If you know Sean Mullins,
yeah,
he had Rockabye.
Yep.
I like a lot of his music.
Did you like
singer-songwriters?
Singer-songwriters, yeah, James Taylor's and people like that too. Who
I do want to check out Harry Styles' new album. I think it's probably pretty awesome. I like when every song doesn't sound the same. Like it irritates the crap out of me when every song sounds the same.
So much
just like over it.
Yeah.
So I like Kelly Clarkson is another. I love her music.
Songs that have
Especially
instrumentation.
the album
and,
that Clive Davis didn't want to put out was, I thought, was the best. So,
yeah. Yeah.
sometimes it's got to go with your instinct.
Have you been asked to sing in roles as well?
Not lately. No, just back in the day when there was more theater that I did.
Yeah. Do you enjoy that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love singing. Yeah.
You do. Yeah. Yeah. That's
I make
cool.
people say I make everything country, but
That's so what about the travel? I know you mentioned with Dante's Cove there was some traveling involved. Do you like traveling? Do you like being on productions and shoots where you would be in these exotic locations for a long time? Or do you still like to be within range of home and family? Do you like traveling? And because sometimes some productions, they shoot for a long time in a remote location or in a European city or whatever it may be.
yeah, I love to travel. I love it. I haven't been. What's wrong with the board? I haven't had to make that decision yet, though. With now having a fiance and my dog and we have a cat, our beautiful little life here, I would prefer to get a serious regular job around here, but I would definitely take a job somewhere else. He would just have to hold down the fort here and come visit when he could.
That's it.
I would miss my dog though, my little JP. My baby.
What kind of dog?
Well, we believe he's definitely like Australian Shepherd, American Blue Heeler type, maybe a little rat terrier mixed in.
Wow.
Spitfire, a lot of energy, a lot of personality. Yeah. My baby.
It's kind of like you. Kind of like you just described yourself. Spitfire and personality, and
don't fall far from the tree, right?
That's right. I think we like that one. So, how long have you had your dog?
His birthday was in January, 2 years, so 2 years and a couple of months. Yeah, we got him when he was 6 weeks old. So he was a little baby with these big ears.
Yeah,
he grew into the ears. Yeah.
Yeah, you love it, huh?
Yeah. I was hoping to have this little dog I could carry around with me, but now he's 50 pounds. So.
Getting big.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, this was awesome, my friend. I can't believe we chatted for almost 2 hours. You realize that?
Really?
It's almost 2 hours here.
I think only my butt's letting me know.
Yeah, the butt. Well, yeah, the legs.
That's all I keep moving. I'm like, sorry.
You always got to have
it. You sit so still.
It's amazing.
You have a chair. You do this all the time, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, years of doing this in TV and radio too, where we've had, shows have gone on for a long time, but this was awesome and getting a chance to explore more. And hopefully we'll get a chance to get together in person when, in New York or what have you.
Yeah. Where are you anyway? I'm not sure.
Right there. Right. Maybe only about an hour north on the southern New England coast. So, and I'm from New York originally, originally from Long Island. That's why I was interested when you said that they turned a pond into a swamp, which was amazing for that production because obviously there's no swamps on Long Island. There's the ocean and the ponds. So to turn that into a swamp.
It was in some kind of park, I remember, but I don't remember.
Unbelievable. Renee in Iowa, who's watching. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Renee.
Mary Bishop says, thanks, Josh. And
Mary.
And Michael asks what I asked earlier too. Maybe he didn't hear it. You could answer.
I was like romper room, and I see Mary.
I see Mary and Renee and Josh, and what's cool with romper room? They always had a Jimmy. So they usually, Jimmy, and Tommy, and Bobby, and all those names.
I know. I'd be so excited when she said Josh. I'm like, yeah.
Yes, they always had a Jimmy in there. Michael is asking. We talked about it earlier, but the possible reboot of Dante's Cove. If you saw that would ever be the case, but you have a script, like you said, that you've worked on that is really good stuff. Separate.
Wolf Island. Yeah. I think it's a hit for sure.
Juanita in South Africa says, thanks for your time, Josh.
Anytime. Thank you for staying and listening.
Absolutely. Robert.
Talk on. Thank you.
Robert Ragland in Texas. Thanks for joining us, Robert.
Thank you, Robert.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We would love it, Robert. We're here every night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, live with the Jim Masters Show, live entertainment lifestyle talk show series. Thanks for hanging with us, Josh. Stay safe. From Kathleen Walker in New York City.
Oh, hey, Kathleen. Maybe I'll run into you somewhere.
Yeah, she's over in Queens. You get over to Queens and shooting Queens at all? She's over there in Queens. She works with the New York Mets baseball team. It's kind of cool. Yeah.
I did a voiceover with Wright, David Wright.
David Wright, yes, who was
or he was. I don't know.
third baseman. No, yeah, he's retired now, but yeah, a lot of later injuries.
Showing my age.
Yeah. Marty says Reba is a Nashvilleian, huge fan of Kelly Clarkson, who is also the daughter-in-law or outlaw of Reba.
They were, but not anymore. Yeah.
I guess that's what you call it, an outlaw, right? When it's all finished. Austin Field says another excellent show. Thank you, Austin. Marsha Lyons says good night, Jim and Josh. Maureen, who's in Marsha's in Massachusetts. Maureen is in Arizona, and she says she works in the medical field. So God bless her, right? One of the frontline workers. What a fascinating career you've had so far. May your star continue to shine.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Tesla Bella, who's also a wonderful actress, voiceover artist, comedian, dear friend of ours. Thanks, Jim, for another wonderful, lovely evening, XO. My pleasure, Tess. Always wonderful when you are here, Tess. And Mary again says thanks, Josh, and fabulous story and all this love coming our way here. This was great. I can't believe it's almost 2 hours, but it really doesn't feel like 2 hours, or does it? We're just chatting.
I like to talk.
Yeah, and I try to make
my fiance will be happy. He's like, oh, maybe you won't talk so much today.
No such luck, right? But I always try to, I mention it to the guests, I always try to make it a warm and welcoming environment with this show.
You're amazing. Thank you.
And even my professional work, in the real world on television, radio, and everywhere else, I try to make it warm and inspiring, and we have fun and freestyle, no questions pre-prepared or, teleprompters. I mean, I've done all that kind of work too, and I'm sure you have as well, but we just go on and we have fun and we chat and everybody learns, and it's like we're having a conversation, and others around the world just happen to be listening in and in this case, participating with their comments and things of that nature. So
I love the participation. That's great. Yeah.
I always, when I designed the show last year, 300 episodes ago, I said, that's something that's very important to me, because I like to have that, because I've done so much live television, radio, and everything else where we have the audience, we have the, viewers and audience and participants, listeners, to have, that interaction. Christine Clifton in North Carolina says, thanks, Josh, for sharing more of your career with us tonight. Good conversation and great photos and clips. Wishing you much more success. Lovely to you, Josh. And
lovely to you, Christine.
Amy says, great conversation tonight, Josh and Jim. Thank you very much, Amy. Marty Thompson, Josh and Jim, you're thebomb.com. Thanks, guys. We appreciate that very much.
I think that domain's taken.
Yeah, exactly. Thebomb.com. This was really cool, my friend, and toasting you. Thanks for joining us. Let's do it.
I had coffee earlier.
Yeah, well, you can.
I was yawning before.
You could still cheers, right? Cheers. Cheers. And it was a pleasure having you on. And somebody else in that acting as well as comedic field who has been with us this evening, who also enjoyed himself, George Burns.
Hey, George.
There he is.
Yeah, I used to love him when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, he enjoyed himself. He had a great time tonight, Josh. Keep us posted on everything.
What was that movie, him and Richard Pryor? What was that called?
Well, I know he played God. Remember, he was God.
Oh God, yeah,
exactly. Oh God, he was in that. And Anne says, "Thank you."
I haven't thought about him in a long time.
George, right? Thank you, Josh, for such an interesting and entertaining evening. Loved every minute.
Very welcome, man. Very welcome. Anytime.
This was terrific, Josh. Say hi to Lorna for me as well.
If everyone, if I could just do a little shout out to myself, if you go to Josh Berresford on YouTube. Also, I'm definitely I'm uploading more clips coming up here. There'll be the FBI stuff and Gotham. I think Gotham might be up there. There'll be all kinds of stuff coming up. So Please.
Cool stuff.
I would love some viewers if I could.
Fingers crossed with the Blue Bloods as well.
Yeah.
That's a
please,
terrific,
please.
Blue Bloods is a phenomenal series, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very
yeah.
well written and just really, really terrific. I enjoy that series.
Yeah.
It's, and,
11th season. Yeah.
Yeah, on CBS. Yeah, it's really terrific and good stuff. Good stuff, my friend. Let's stay in touch. Hopefully, we'll get together. When we're able to do all that and break bread.
Definitely.
That would be a
Yeah,
pleasure.
that would be amazing.
Keep you posted on all the cool things that you're doing. And thanks
I'll be
for all
watching out for what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, let's spread the word and spread the levity. Robert says, "Good luck with Blue Bloods." Absolutely. You got it, Robert. All right, my friend, you take care. And thanks for all the time. And we really appreciate, you're sharing the time with us. And I hope the show met whatever expectations you had and you enjoyed the time with me as much as I did with you.
Exceeded them. It was amazing. Thank you.
Oh,
I'm not going to lie. I was a little nervous in the beginning. But, you killed me out.
I appreciate that. And no copay either. It's like therapy, everybody says. God bless you, Josh. Right? Blue Bloods. Tess is praying for you as well. So we all are. All right, my friend.
I got it. I think I got enough behind me now.
With all of this, levity, I think you're in. You're in. Hey, Blue Bloods, he's the guy.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
And if you do get it, certainly let me know. I'll announce it on the show.
Of course. Thank you.
All right, my friend. You stay in touch, and we'll chat again soon, okay? And spread the word about our show to others, too. We would love that.
Definitely will.
Say hi to Lorna for us as well.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Good
you
night,
have a good
guys.
night. Cheers. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. Wasn't he great? Yeah, we loved having him on the show. Renee says, bye, Josh. And Willie in wonderful Netherlands says, good night, everyone. Thank you, Willie. And yes, we do have, I also want to let you know, we have a wonderful guest tomorrow. It's going to be a night of comedic entertainment because he has a comedic background. He's originally from Cork, Ireland. That's right. Lives out in LA. Remember I was mentioning Owen Dara is going to be with us. He's also going to sing live for us. He's a fantastic singer, comedian, and so much more. Great guy. He is with us tomorrow. That is right. He is with us tomorrow on the Jim Masters Show Live. This is Owen Dara. Again, he hails from Ireland, a fantastic comedian, as well as singer and entertainer extraordinaire. Owen Dara is with us tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, here on the Jim Masters Show Live. It's going to be amazing. Saturday morning, or afternoon, I should say, this Saturday, Mairead Nesbitt is going to be with us, the wonderful, brilliant Irish fiddler and violinist, from Celtic Woman and Celtic Heart and Celtic Lands and Rocktopia and so much more. She's a dear friend, has been for years. I've interviewed her multiple times. She was a guest in the summertime on the Jim Masters Show Live. Matter of fact, we even played a little clip during our St. Patrick's Day episode. If you missed our St. Patrick's Day episode, it was epic. It was like 3.5 hours. We had the whole Irish dinner. We had music. We had all these fantastic clips from previous Irish-themed guests who've been on the series, and lots of levity and lots of levity. It was really terrific. Mairead Nesbitt is with us Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. That's 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Then Saturday night, Walton's actress, yes, star of The Waltons, My Three Sons, over 40 movies, countless commercials, and so much more. Legendary actress Cissy Wellman, most notably from the Waltons, is going to be with us on Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. On Sunday, the one and only Rodney Allen Rippey, former child star. He's still in the industry, still in the business. He also has his own production company, and he's involved in a lot of really amazing things. There he is when he was a kid in the Jack in the Box commercials. He was also in an episode of The Odd Couple as the owner of the building that Felix and Oscar lived in. He's a great guy. He is with us live on Sunday. We're so excited. So some great guests coming up. Owen Dara, singer and comedian, is going to be with us tomorrow. We're going to have a great time. Mairead Nesbitt on Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. Wonderful Irish violinist extraordinaire. and originally from Celtic Woman, and Sissy Wellman from the Waltons and My Three Sons and all these TV shows and movies and so much more is going to be with us Saturday night. Sunday is the one and only Rodney Allen Rippey is going to be with us. All of that for you right here on the Jim Masters Show live, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, except for Mairead. Again, we're doing a very special episode at 3 p.m. We actually have 2 shows, Mairead at 3 Eastern, and then Sissy Wellman at 7 Eastern, all on Saturday on the Jim Masters Show live. Really cool stuff. And so many more incredible people coming up next week. We're going to do some more of those host chat shows that you guys like. The St. Patrick's Day show yesterday was really something special. If you missed it, check it out. It's on YouTube. All of the episodes of our series are available on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. We would love it if you subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of the incredible content. We have over 300 episodes of the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. We have our Masters Mantras series. These are quick, inspirational, visual and verbal videos that I create and we share. And again, share the levity about the Jim Masters Show Live. This has been amazing, the run of this show since April of last year, April, early May, with day after day after day of amazing inspiring conversation, guests, lots of viewer levity, and so much more. Great shows coming up, Kathleen says, and daylight savings, and last night's show confused your clock. Oh yes, rewatch the show. You're going to love it. You're going to absolutely love it. And Owen, also a director and a filmmaker as well. Absolutely. And the gnocchi board did arrive. It did arrive, my friend. The package we have here, we got to rip that package open, and I can't wait to do that. And we'll probably show that over the weekend, Tess. Can't wait. We're going to have to make some more gnocchis. Thanks for sending that incredible gnocchi board. I can't believe it. You are so generous. You all are amazing people that tune into the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. We love you all. We think you're really, really top of tops for all of us here. We really love having you here as often as you are. We realize not everybody can watch every single episode, but we really thank you for tuning in as often as you do. We also thank our friend Josh for joining us here on the show. Thanks for all the time and for his talent and sharing it with us here on the show. We wish him a lot of luck. There's the shot for Blue Bloods. We'll keep our fingers crossed for him. Really, really cool stuff. And of course, you know, on the show, a couple of other things we like to do. We say, don't forget to smile. That's right. Don't forget to smile and share the smile with the world. It's a really important thing to do. And that's one of the best contagions out there. And don't forget to share the levity. That's right. Don't forget to share the levity around the world. Find your Zen place. Mine is the ocean. Love the ocean. Of course, the most important is living along the coast here, you know, in the northeastern United States. We have the ocean at our beck and call, which is real privilege. But time with loving family and friends is always numero uno. But cycling and tennis and writing and music and all the other things I love to do. But the ocean, swimming, surfing, boogie boarding, sailing it, floating in it, whatever it may be, I love the ocean. And of course, my work in television and radio and stage and on camera, on air, behind the scenes throughout the years in all these different stations and venues and productions and networks, and just love it all. Absolutely. Love it, love it, love it. And it's one of the great things we get a chance to enjoy and to do. And we don't have the relax sign here. It must have been moved with our St. Patrick's Day celebration. We had to reconfigure the entire set. If you didn't see what the set looked like yesterday, it was amazing, all green. It was really, really cool. So we will just toast all of you and say cheers, and don't forget to relax. Don't forget to breathe from the diaphragm, and don't forget to love one another and love yourself too. Remind yourself that you are important and you have self-worth and value, and that you're welcome here anytime. Doesn't matter your zip code, your gender, your income. It doesn't matter your political view or religious view or, height, weight, eye color. Doesn't matter. Everybody's welcome here on the Jim Masters Show Live. We always learn something. We always have a good time, and we do it together. And again, You can find us generally daily, our entertainment lifestyle talk show series, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Let's check in with some of our lovities. Juanita says, cheers. Cheers. No, we didn't try the Rita's oatcakes yet because we wiped out already. Those heavenly hunks peanut butter chocolate cookies are gone. And about half of the maple cream cookies are gone. They're amazing, Karen, sending us that wonderful package from Nova Scotia. If you guys missed that, we opened up the package live on the air and showed you all these cool things that came from Karen in Nova Scotia. So we haven't touched the oatcakes yet, only because we nailed the other cookies. Thanks so much, Karen. And good night, Jim, and everyone. Sweet dreams. Thank you. And you too. Good night, Jim and lovely friends. I did not have much connection tonight after the storm. Yeah, you guys have some rough storms out there, huh, in North Carolina? So sorry I wasn't able to comment much. Perfectly fine. As long as you're there enjoying, that's what matters the most. Hopefully I'll be here in Lovely Hole tomorrow. Be well. Yeah, we're going to have a good time with Owen Dara tomorrow. It's going to be a pleasure to have him on the show. He's all excited. And so am I. And so are we. Have a great night. Good night, all. Lovely hugs and stay safe. Kathleen Walker. You too, Kathleen in New York. Renee and Iowa. Good night, all. You as well. And good night, sweet Tess from Maureen. And good night, Maureen. You are terrific, Jim. A true blessing. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Kathleen. Beautiful for you to say that. Juanita in South Africa. Good night, everyone. Good night to you as well. Our friend Juanita. Tesla Bella. Good night, everyone. Much love. Thank you very much, Tess. And thanks for that beautiful note you wrote. I was so busy today. I got to write back, just telling me how much yesterday's St. Patrick's Day holiday celebration episode we did, which really was epic. That one and the Valentine's episode we did, where it was host chat and levity with all the elements of production and everything that we did. We put a lot of time and effort into these shows, but there was something about yesterday's show that was magical. And I know you said that. And I really appreciate that beautiful, heartfelt email that you sent me after last night's show. That was really, really nice, Tess. Thank you. Those words meant a great deal. Glad you enjoyed what we did last night on the Jim Master Show Live on our St. Patrick's Day, our very first St. Patrick's Day together here on the show. Thank you very much, Tess. And great shows coming up. Can't wait. Thank you very much. Kathleen and Maureen says, good night, Jim and lovelies everywhere. May your dreams be sweet. I agree. I love the way you end it that way. May your dreams be sweet. And you had Rita's tea tonight. Ooh, I can't wait to have the tea. Probably going to have some of that over the weekend with those oat cake cookies. The cookies sound delicious. Did you see when I opened the package last night? Oh my God. The maple cream cookies. You know what those maple cream cookies taste like? French toast in the morning with syrup on it. When I was eating those and we were sharing them here, I thought I was having French toast in the morning or waffles or pancakes. They're really good. Those are really, really good. Cheers, Juanita, as well. And good night to everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. We all thank you here at the Jim Master Show Live. Continue to spread the word. Tell everybody you know and love about the Jim Master Show Live. That helps the show grow. That helps the visibility. It helps us continue to present great content and work so hard like we do behind the scenes here to present the best that we can for you every single night. And we only take time off every once in a while when there's family events or there are other projects in television, radio that I'm working on that call my name. But thank you very much, Karen. They taste like, French toast in the morning with those maple cream cookies. Have a good night to you, Renee, as well. And to the family, you guys be well. We'll be back tomorrow night with Owen Dara, director, filmmaker, comedian, singer, and so much more. Spread the levity. You got it. Tell everybody, get on top of Mount Everest or whatever skyscrapers near you and tell everybody, come join us here at the Jim Master Show Live. Check out the previous episodes and join us for our future episodes because you never know what happens. And the show is always something different theme, different vibe. But the bottom line to it, it's always about good times, inspiration, positivity, bringing people together and doing it via entertainment inspiring conversation, bringing back the lost art of conversation. And we always learn something, and we do it together. And that's what it's all about. All right, gang. Thanks for joining us. We love you all. We appreciate you very, very much. And it's always cool when you join us here in Lovity Hall. We're going to have to find a place for that beautiful sign, Karen, too, that you sent that says Lovity Hall, spread the Lovity. We're looking for a spot for that here on set. Hope to have it up maybe by the weekend. But join us here in Lovity Hall with our Lovity squad, our amazing guests, and with yours truly, your host, Mr. Lovity here, Jim Masters. Thank you for all that you do to spread the word. Juanita, you too as well. You do whatever you can to always be here with us, and we really appreciate that. Thank you for making this all possible, Jim, and thank you for enjoying it so much. I really appreciate that, Juanita. You're amazing as well. All of you are. Gang, have a great night. We will see you hopefully tomorrow. If not, then over the weekend. Amazing shows as well. And you have a terrific, terrific rest of your day, morning, afternoon, whatever time of day it is where you are. Thanks for being with us on the Jim Masters Show Live. Good night.